That's the Australian people for you.
It's absolutely amazing.
Like for us, the Australian people or the people in Australia are just the most helpful people you've ever met in the world.
And non-judgmental at all.
Yeah. And also, it doesn't matter if you're a street sweeper or an MD for a multi-billion dollar company. You are all one. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Chamonix Blanche, ex-corporate and academical, turned CEO and board member of several companies and mother of 4 little extraordinary kids. But it wasn't that long ago that I lacked the confidence, the know-how, and the time to focus on designing and really going after the life that I so wanted to live. A life of freedom, of fairness, and of being fair dinkum to who I really was and what I wanted to get out of this fleeting time that we have on Mother Earth. Fast forward to many lessons learned and moving halfway around the world to the most amazing country, you'll see the life that I now live. One that gives me more safety and freedom than I ever thought would be possible, and that really only existed as a daydream while I was living in South Africa. I created Chamonix TV to give you true spot advice on how you can also live a life in this amazing country, and so that you can see how another couple like us now live in Australia with 4 little kids here in Down Under. And I'll be providing you with step-by-step strategies so that you can make your Aussie dream a reality too. If you're a keen future Aussie who's looking to create a life that excites you and offers you safety, freedom, and opportunity, you have come to the right place, my friend. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Shaun and Helani. Who like it? How are you guys going all the way from down under? I want to say in cold Melbourne. How's the weather going there?
Cold.
I was right.
Yeah.
The other day, Shaun was in the van, and it was 4 degrees or
2.5. Yeah.
Ooh. Please tell our viewers today who is Waving Flippers, or what is Waving Flippers, and how you guys came to be in Australia and your journey until now, because I have obviously gone and explored a little bit to go and read up and check you out. So it feels to me like I know you already. I've watched your videos, and I was just showing to my husband how you were chopping the wood, Helani. So please share with us your interesting story.
So Waving Flippers started by buying a boat.
from South Africa.
From South Africa, here in Melbourne. I had my brother here in Melbourne looking at the boat, and he sent me some pictures, and it was a really good idea. And we were like, well, that's the best way to travel and experience something new. And we were still in South Africa, so we bought the boat, and because we knew we wanted to immigrate over. And in May, we decided we wanted to come over, but due to the lockdown, obviously we couldn't come through.
That's May last year.
Yeah, May last year. And the year progressed, and then we went into lockdown, and we had to figure out a name for us, and who we are and what we're about. And we came up with the name Waving Flippers. And if you think about when you look at the sea and you see a flipper like waving at you, it makes you happy. And that's what the name gave to us, and that's what we want to give to other people.
Yeah, we want to
having a wave and make them happy. And so that's how it started. In the lockdown, we came up with a name, and we eventually bought our tickets in the lockdown. Luckily, we got tickets through, and we got here in November, end of November.
Yeah.
And after that, we spent 2 weeks in the quarantine in Sydney, and then traveled down to Melbourne and saw our boat for the first time.
Oh, wow. And then you kissed it and you're like, yay. Is it a he or a she, the boat? It's usually
it's a she. Yeah.
But when we saw her, it was a massive project.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to climb up the stairs to actually get into the boat, and there was just, spider racks everywhere.
It was So the boat's been was standing for about 2 years on a hard stand, and so it was basically gutted. So we had to build this boat. We had the frame
and make it
livable. We had the framework. So we gutted all the old stuff out, and we replaced basically everything inside. But yeah, we spent about 3 months building this boat and revamping it and getting it onto the water.
And full time.
Yeah, full
we
time.
worked full time, like day and night.
Because we had a bit of savings from South Africa, so we just put basically all our savings, everything into this van, and it was just not the van of the boat.
The boat.
It was just...
I had sweat and tears.
Were you living with your brother at that stage, or were you renting a place?
So interestingly enough, he had a boat as well at the same marina. So we stayed on his boat for about a month.
Yeah.
Once we had our boat livable, if you would call it that, we moved onto the boat, and it was still on the hard stand. But yeah, and then we moved on to our boat. So we were on his boat for about a month, and then onto our boat.
So since we got here in Australia, we've just been living in boats for the first few months.
So you have not really set feet on Australian soil all that much, but you've been in Australia for a long time.
Yeah, we only came ashore once in a while.
Clever people, with COVID and all those things going around,
Yeah.
Okay, so you were in Melbourne. You went not ashore. You went to the water. I don't know what's the technical term for
marina.
Putting your boat in the water and starting your journey. Set a sail, I guess. Where did you head to, or did you just stay around the Melbourne area?
So we just stayed around Western Port, and we sailed a few times there. It was a big dream for us to live tiny.
Yes.
That's our massive dream. The sailing boat dream was a massive dream of mine, and it became a dream of Helani's.
We also need to tell you why we moved to the van.
So the van idea became a reality when we realized in Australia, yes, it's a first world country, but where we were in the marina, there was no public transport for us. So it was quite a distance for us. And we started realizing we actually need some wheels. See, if we were in the closest town, which is Hastings, it would have been a total different story. We would have had transport. We would have had, buses, trains. The public transport is amazing here.
Yeah.
But where we were was like a 10K walk to the nearest bus station. So it started becoming a little bit of an issue with that.
You mean you didn't do it in just 10 minutes every day? Come on, guys.
we took a walk once, and then we came back with too much groceries, and then we realized, no, we shouldn't be doing this.
And we got a lift.
Yeah, and we got a lift twice there and back. But they only gave us a lift 2Ks to our destination.
Because they saw you next to the road and they felt sorry for you carrying the stuff?
Yeah, it was so amazing. That's the Australian people for you.
It's absolutely amazing.
For us, the Australian people, or the people in Australia, are just the most helpful people you've ever met in the world.
And non-judgmental at all.
Yeah.
Have you also found that it's not the first thing they ask what your occupation is, or which street address you have, or what car you drive? Because that tends to be the first three things when you're meeting people in South Africa. Or
they try to judge where to measure you in, and
what's your status.
Yeah, which category they should put you in.
Exactly right. Whereas here, it's they couldn't care less whether you're pink or black or English or in the smart street or the non-smart street. They just want to know how you are.
Well, that's how we found it. And also, it doesn't matter if you're a street sweeper or an MD for a multi-billion dollar company. You are all one. That's what I love about it.
Yeah,
it's great. It's absolutely awesome. Now, the van. You left the boat to go to the van. Obviously, you've given us the explanation around needing transport, and I can totally understand why you would do that. I wouldn't want to go 10 Ks every day one way to buy groceries either. So, and I think also it's a good thing that you have decided to come onto land and come and experience the Australian culture, I guess, almost firsthand. Whereas if you're on a boat, you do see people from time to time, but it's a little bit different. Whereas if you're living amongst the people and just going about doing your business in and out of shops and so on, it's going to be yet another experience for you. Tell me a little bit about your visa. I assuming that you came over on it as a software developer. Is that right, Shaun?
No, so I got my Australian citizenship by descent. My father's Australian, so we were very lucky. That was one of the reasons why we could travel in the lockdown, is because we got priority because I was an Australian citizen. I got my Australian citizen last year February. Yep, I got my last year February, and then we've applied for Helani's partner visa.
And that allows you to work if you wanted to, Helani, or you're not interested, or how are you going to map this journey? You're just going to be YouTubers, I assume, or Instagrammers or Facebookers? What social media would you like to choose as your platform?
So we're going to be working on the go. I worked on her father's farm, so I'm kind of an all-rounder kind of guy, so it's pretty easy to find work, especially in Australia. So easy to find work. If you want to work, they're more than willing to give you a job.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, so with my visitor's visa, I mean I can't work with that, so I think we're gonna wait. Hopefully I'll get my temporary partner visa at the end of the year, which means then I can actually work. So I mean, then I would love to join Shaun and just do like part-time jobs as we travel. I used to work for my mom in events, with weddings and stuff like that, and I absolutely love that. I love coordinating and planning and all those kind of things. So that's definitely, if Shaun wants to work on, maybe there's a wine farm on our route.
She so badly wants to work on a wine farm. That's like her dream.
You're such a flamboyant, sociable, warm and fuzzy person. You make the perfect person to be working with other people and make them feel at ease, and especially with things like weddings, where it's stressful sometimes for others. You need somebody who can just make them feel relaxed. And
but that would be like a, how can I say, like a day-to-day type of job. But then also I would love to start my own marketing company once we get to that stage.
If you're on a bridging visa, you usually can work. So once you've submitted your application for a partner visa, I don't know if you have gotten to that stage yet, but usually then you go onto a bridging visa, and usually bridging visas are not don't have any work restrictions on it. Obviously you'll have to find that out.
So it's a little interesting fact, because she still has a visitor's visa, and that only expires, that was a 12-month visitor's visa. So that only expires in November. So the bridging visa only kicks in after the visitor's visa has expired.
Oh, guys, it's been lovely to hear your story. Thank you so much for sharing. Please tell our viewers where they can go to follow you. What social platform can they go to? What's your amazing journey around Australia or within Australia?
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you so much.
At the moment, we're on Facebook and Instagram at Waving Flippers.
Enjoy your time, guys, there, and we'd love to catch up with you again in a few months' time to see where you are around Australia and how the van has been treating you, and to hear if you've got the Australian accent yet.
He's starting to use the word mate all the time.
Good on you, mate. I love it.
Good on you, mate.
You beauty.
It's a beauty, mate. But thank you very much. Bye.
It's a pleasure. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you had fun, please remember to hit that subscribe button, and then it'll make sure that you never miss a thing. I'll see you same time and same place next week. Bye for now.